Yo, what's up mga kapidal? On today's video, we'll be showing you how we do our base smiles training. And we will witness how one of my buddies almost crashed himself while he was sprinting. And how I came across two guys who are going on a 6-day trip around Taiwan. Good morning mga kapidal. Today is Saturday. We're going to the Zero Sport Groupride. Today I'll be riding with Nikko and Martin. You know those guys, Martin Ranolfo. You know him on my older blog. I'll put a link on the description. You can see him. Today is just a training ride with some really strong guys from the Zero Sport. And those two guys are also strong. They are preparing for a race next month. Me, I'm just doing base miles. Let's go! Let's go! Then on my way to meet up with Martin and Nikko, I came across these two guys, two skinny dudes, each carrying a backpack. So I started a conversation because I can see in their faces they are very approachable and smiling all the time. And then I found out on his jersey, SYV. He's a local team in Taiwan, amateur cycling team.
So what's your name?
吴尚杰。
吴尚杰。
Yeah.
哦，今天是顺风哎，爽，是台中顺风，很好。你也换到中哦？
对啊。
真的假的？你第几天了？
今天第6天。
第6天。Oh, I see. That's nice. They are on the 6th day of the Taiwan loop. 哇，很好哎。The weather is good. 没有下雨啊？
对，没有下雨。我们从台中下来。
Oh, this is your last day.
So what they did is they are from here, from Taichung, and I met them up over here. So he said they did a counterclockwise rotation around the island. It's a total of around approximately 1,100 kilometers, all the way here to Hualien, to Yilan, around the Taipei, this loop.
Yeah.
哇，最后一天 the last day of their Taiwan loop. So I was looking at 换道中. Oh, I can read it, right? Yeah! Nice, two of you. What's your friend's name? What's your name?
刘金宏.
Oh, 爽哎.
The Zero Sport group ride I'm going in happens every Saturday, and I asked them if when did they start, and he said it's Monday, so it's perfect on their 6th day.
你们应该好累了哈 Last day.
很漂亮。
You can check out his Instagram at WU___0624 to see the photos of what he did on the Taiwan loop. His date is November 16 to November 21. Look at these photos. These are all his travel on the Taiwan loop.
我会上你的 YouTube 吗？
有吗？有会哦。
法国人。
我知道 This is Bryce. Is this you, Bryce? 我认识他。
真的假的？
I know him, maybe. Yes, these guys are on the last day of the Taiwan loop, and I don't know why he asked for my signature. you also want the people they meet. They want the people to sign. Yes. Rest day, the last day. Tailwind all the way from Taipei to Taichung. Yeah, nice to see you guys. Bye bye. 哇，你有做过 KOM 呢？with the KOM glass 呢 he has a KOM video on, so I'm pretty sure he did the KOM already. You, when are you gonna do the KOM?
Here.
Next year, sweet. So we're back. We had to meet the Martin Ranolfo again. You know him from my previous vlogs. It's your second time, di ba, sa Zero Sport? Maganda to, magandang training. Second time.
Good thing that we started early, because the people that we are waiting for, the Zero Sport guys and the other groups, just passed by us very fast. Right now, we are trying to hold on to them because these three guys are actually the breakaway dudes. North to south, there was a bit of a tailwind, so there was a bit of a help coming from behind. So this speed, we are actually doing 45 to 50 km an hour. And right now, we are exchanging turns so that we will go faster. Base miles is where you get tired from the duration of the ride as opposed to the intensity of the ride. Ideally, the ride is longer than most of your normal training rides. If you're riding 1.5 hours during a weekly session, your weekend rides are 3 to 4 hours if you can get out for that long. So now we are approaching a ramp, parts where you can attack, but right now it's just no specific training, just trying to stick with the group. True base miles in a group setting, leave space between each other and drop less. Try keeping the group to 4 to 6 riders. Even better, have stronger riders on the front more often and for longer pulls. And the newer rides can still be in zone 2 in their drop. In Tagalog, ang ibig kong sabihin sa base miles training ay walang structure ang iyong ride. Walang mga intervals, walang mga specific workout na gagawin, kundi spin lang at sumama ka lang sa peloton. As much as possible, huwag kang maghila at maglagay ng effort kapag ikaw ay nasa harap. So spin lang kayo and then just rotation, everybody rotation. Don't last longer than 1 minute or even 30 seconds on this rotation. Just rotate and bahala sila. Kung yung mga kasama mo nag-i-interval, ikaw nagbe-base miles training ka lang. Sumasabit ka lamang sa likod or tutulong ka kahit mga 10 seconds, 20 seconds pull. Okay? Alright. By this point, 3 guys managed to break away from us, including my friend Martin. So it's now time to turn back, and now it's a headwind, so I'm still staying at the back. The breakaway guys stopped at the roundabout and went to the 7-Eleven and got some water. But with us, we continue because we don't know if they stopped at the roundabout and waited for us or they also just turned around and went back up north. But then we realized there's no one up front, so we slowed the pace down and let the people at the back catch up to us. Eventually, they did. You can see Nikko, Cortez up front right now, and I was going in front of him and try to talk to him, say hi to him.
Yung matagal ka mabilis naman kami, no? Ratratan sila kanina eh. Kinain, break away yung matin. 30 seconds gap lang na, hindi siguro nakadaanong ka dyan crossingin. Nag 7-11 ka yun. 7 yung mga nakuha na eh. Apat lang, may sa danom mo eh. Oh, you left me hanging. Yeah. Rat eh. Siya nang rat-rat sa amin. Siya si Steven oh. Yan ang CEO ng Swift Taiwan.
Base training describes the long, steady rides intended to build your aerobic fitness. Base training also provides the foundation on which to build your form through the rest of the year or through the rest of the season.
Kaya ginagawa namin yung base season usually around at the end of November and December and the start of January. Usually here in Taiwan, the races that I want to join just for me starts at around February, March until my main event, the Taiwan KOM. The clue is in the name. If you consider your fitness as a pyramid, base training provides a solid endurance base. That is the one yung nasa ibaba, the one at the bottom, while your top end form is represented by the peak of the pyramid. That is the top of the pyramid. The goal is to develop your aerobic base fitness that gives you the fitness and ability to train harder and absorb a greater workload further down the line. Meaning you can accept more structured workouts around February until October. That is my own target race. Completing a pace of low intensity in endurance training prepares the body for more intense work to come, allowing you to sustainably build towards a higher peak of form. Things like the HIIT or the high intensity intervals, you are the pillars of your future training blocks, which is how you're going to get your peak performance. But base training is about building those foundations so you can take the load. In terms of intensity, slow and steady ride is the name of the game. This is not a smash fest around the local lanes chasing KOMs or QOMs on Strava. Base training should involve riding steady in zone 2. Just like me right now, I can film because I am just on steady ride, zone 1, zone 2 of my heart rate and my power. Base training improves your endurance, so you'll be able to cycle at a lower percentage of your VO2 max. As a result, you'll be able to produce the same amount of power for less effort. Put simply, this will enable you to ride faster without becoming fatigued. But not just in terms of your effort to output ratio, where you will see improvement as a result of base training. It enables you to cycle more aerobically, using more fat as opposed to carbohydrates as a fuel source. When riding at a low to moderate intensity, the body is using its aerobic energy system, with fat as the primary fuel source. The good thing about fat is that there's a lot of endless supplies of fat in our body, but it takes the body a lot longer to turn it into energy. Pero kung minsan hindi ko mapipigilan ang sarili ko na umatake, mga 10 to 30 seconds efforts, lalo na pag may mga rampang ganito. But then sometimes when I see ramps like this, I can't stop myself but attack, do some 10 to 20 seconds efforts. I usually don't go farther than 200 meters on a breakaway because nobody comes with me and it's sometimes or always a headwind going up north. I usually don't last more than 2 minutes if I'm on a breakaway. I'm always brought back by the peloton. Now here we see another attack from me, attack number 2, but this time with someone in front of me. I was flicking my elbow for the guy to come through, but then he thought my pace was way too high, so we just slowed down on this little descent and wait for the peloton again. And now this is my final attempt to get away from the group again. So let's watch it how I did it. We have been riding almost 2 hours, so I was feeling okay still. I felt the legs were great. So I did another attack.
So what I did was, while I was just observing the guys, so I saw this guy on the black jersey. He was also planning to get away again. This is, I think, his second time to attack. Little did I know that my buddy Martin Ranolfo is also feeling great. So he was following me from behind and taking turns trying to get away from the group. So we were doing a good cohesion, exchanging turns at this point. But then when you notice when your breakaway mates are already taking turns with like just 3 to 5 seconds, you know that they are already tired. So it's time to rest up and go for the final climb of the day.
Hello.
How are you doing so far? So far so good?
I'm feeling great.
Great, that's great. How about you? How are you feeling? Hal great? That's not great. Hal is not great. The flat section of the group ride is now over, and now we turn to the right and go to this little climbing section all the way up to Nikko. The video is actually long, so I will just cut this one out, skip it to the highlights of the climb. When we started the ascent, we were back together as a group of around 12 riders.
Holy fuck! Shit.
We share this ride with trucks, cars, and other road users, so we are still aware of the road, as with everybody else should be. Still be aware of the environment. During the flat section, me and Nikko can hold on to this skinny guy, but when the steep section started to ramp up, this dude on the Atlas jersey started to lift the pace up. So me and Nikko were just struggling, especially me. I was struggling to keep up with the pace because this dude is hammering down, putting on the watts. Look at me, but this moment I'm getting further and further away. But let's see what will happen with the rest of the video. And by the way, Mr. Ranolfo is already in front of this group. In front of these two guys from me is Mr. Ranolfo, who already started the climb and attacked earlier than us. Here is my tip for you if you are climbing and you are suffering. What you will just think is those others are also suffering, not just you. So at this moment, I was still trying to catch up to them, but slowly and surely,
I was just riding at my own limit. At this point of the ride, the skinny dude is still out of the saddle and hammering each and every one of us. That's the time when Nikko is now feeling not great. So he decided to pace himself.
Oh, God, that skinny dude, he's strong.
This part of the climb is now semi-flat, what I say, around 5 to 6%, so you have time to recover and get some breather.
Nakakargahan niya eh. Let's go. Slowly.
So after those flat parts, I had time to recover and regain some energy in my body. Parang nabuhayan ba ako? So I started to get out of the saddle again and tried to catch that skinny dude. And with the case of Mr. Ranolfo, he is already tired. Because at the start of the ride, he went on the breakaway. And he had a lot of attempts to go for breakaway. For someone like him, the sprinter type guy, climbs like this are not an easy task. And by this point, Mr. Ranolfo is now also in pacing mode. So it's now up to me to chase this skinny dude. So I was out of the saddle. This part is already a steep one, around 8 to 9%. Out of the saddle, trying to catch this dude. In every group ride, we must admit that every group ride, there is always this competition among the riders. And one advantage I know that I have is the knowledge of the route. I know that there's a little downhill on this part, so I need to attack on the crest of the climb. But then as soon as I recovered, skinny guy managed to catch up to me again, dragging along with him black jersey guy. So we are back to race pace again. Everybody wants to go first to the 7-Eleven, but it looks like Mr. Black Jersey guy is out of power because he already stopped pedaling, and now I'm catching back to him. Now it's my turn again to catch up Mr. Skinny guy, who is giving me a big gap again. This bridge is the start of the final test of the day until the finish line at the 7-Eleven. Let's see what will happen. So forget what I said about base miles. This has now become a race. Now we are doing intervals of like 5 to 10 second sprints or getting away from each other. But it's all for the good fun of the training day. So this was my last ditch to get to the 7-Eleven first. Eventually, my GoPro died after this. But to be honest, at the 7-Eleven, there were 4 guys from our group ride that was in front of me. I did not know that I was not the first guy.
So it's all fun. Training day is good that day. Now, next clip. We had a quick stop at the 7-Eleven and meet up with John Edward Taan, get some coffee, refill our water bottle, and head on back to the road. So, how was the experience for today? You like it?
Very hard.
Very hard. That's always hard. I like it. Ano ba ang nakukuha sa ganun na training? Bagaman?
Speed.
Experience. The purpose of this group ride, especially the Zero Sport group rides, when I said experience, is you get to ride in a peloton. If you're a newbie or a first timer, this is your chance to come and join with us and ride in a peloton and gain skills. Don't worry, the veterans will teach you on how to do it. Improves your endurance and your speed and agility. At every training ride, it's either you are empty or you still have something left in the tank. Some people leave something for a Sunday ride, recovery ride, but for me, I felt like I still have something, so I tried to tell these guys, let's sprint to the line. Unfortunately, Martin Ranolfo's chain got stuck in the rear derailleur. Luckily, with luck and experience, he saved himself from crashing down.
Malalaglag na yung puli ko. Go, go, go! Kaya kanina yung nag-angakan? Oo, ulan. Kaya bumaluktot kanina.
Allen range ba kailangan?
Ay, rumwarin?
We later find out that the lock nut of his rear derailleur, his pulley on the rear derailleur, had loosened up. Thank God he was safe because those derailleur are self-locking nut. It has those rubbers, the one that you see in the nuts. So he was saved by that, luckily.
So yeah, this is my fault. I keep telling them to go, 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 attack, attack, attack. And look what happened. He broke his derailleur. Sa kabila.
Hindi, mali yun.
He has too much power, so there we go. I'm sorry, it's my fault.
Kalas.
So yeah, whose fault is it?
I don't know.
My fault. Ang pataas eh, yan. Tumaas yung derailleur. Maayos yan, malapit na yan. Baliktad.
Irekta mo na kayo.
So, here.
Ito.
So, yung mga lock niya.
Kasi nakaano na siya.
Pati yung tools ko, nabaklas.